Good day and welcome to the Monday, January 31st edition of the Horizon Communications Sports Brief. I'm Earl Baisden. Bermuda Archers concluded competing in the 19th annual Lancaster Archery Classic in Philadelphia. Jaden Roberts and Robin Sally both saw action. Roberts, competing in the cadet division in the youth and collegiate tournament, finished 7th out of 22 archers. Sally, competing in the cub division of the youth and collegiate tournament, finished 2nd out of 19 archers. On Saturday night, the long-awaited Fight Night champion took place in Dockyard. In the first official boxing fight of the night, it saw Canadian Ismail Muhammad claim a unanimous decision win over Dijon Benjamin in the welterweight bout. In a light welterweight bout, Adrian Roach would defeat his Canadian opponent, Jack Kabadej, by unanimous decision. Andre Lamb recorded a TKO win over American Jose Stija in the fight that was stopped in the third round. In the final fight of the night, Nicky Bascom won by unanimous decision over Canadian Galen Rushton. Enzi Johnston won the first kickboxing fight of the night with a split decision win over American Samantha Knight. Kaylin Todd won by unanimous decision over American Schaefer Underwood. Ashton Bell won his fight over Cole Durham, also by unanimous decision, with Shea Durham picking up a unanimous decision win over Tyler Kerr. The final kickboxing fight of the night saw Krista Dyer claim a unanimous decision win over Canadian Taylor Garreau. In Premier Division football action at the Wellington Oval yesterday, the St. George's Colts picked up a 1-0 win over the North Village Rams. The Devonshire Colts traveled to the Somerset Cricket Club to face off against the Somerset Trojans and came away with a 1-0 win. At the Southampton Oval, the home team, Southampton Rangers, walked off the field in protest of a disputed call. They were down 4-1 to fellow strugglers, Crossroads. At the Devonshire Recreation Club, the Devonshire Cougars held the league leaders Dendy Town Hornets to a 2-2 draw. In First Division action at Lords in St. David's, BAA defeated the host 3-1. At the Southampton Oval, Island Rangers would come from behind to defeat the Paget Lions 4-2. At a rain-soaked Wellington Oval on Saturday, Wolves and Young Man Social Club played to a 1-1 draw. Now Key Wells, who is subject to a change of team, watched from the bench as his Bristol City teammates took on Preston North End on the road and drew 2-2. Jonte Smith and his Ballymena United teammates produced a stunning fight back to stall Cliftonville's title charge in the Dansgate Bank Premiership with a 2-2 draw. Dale Eve was not in the Spennymoor team that traveled to face off against Milan Butterfield and his Appleton Town teammates. Butterfield was an unused sub as his teammates came away with a 3-2 win. Cole Hall was not in the Redcliffe FC lineup as his teammates took on Stafford and went down 2-1. Keyside Martin was out injured as his Kidderminster teammates took on Gloucester City in a scoreless draw. Reggie Lamb, Willie Clemens, and their Stowmarket Town teammates defeated AFC Salisbury 3-0. Ty Williams started on the bench as his Deeping Rangers teammates went down 3-0 to Long Eaton United. Roger Lee and his Loughborough Dynamo teammates went down 2-1 to Coleshill Town. Amaron Lewis and his Harlowtown teammates hosted Ware FC. Ware would come away with all 3 points in a tightly contested 3-2 win. Janai Butterfield Steve was an unused substitute as his Glossop North End teammates went down 4-0 to Warrington Rylands. Nathan Trott and his AS Nancy teammates went down 2-0 to Amans SC at home. Delia Evan and her Berrytown United teammates took on Cardiff City in the quarterfinal Adrian Trophy Cup and went down 4-1. Kenny Thompson was an unused substitute watching her London City Lioness teammates bow out of the FA Cup after a hard-fought 1-0 defeat to Arsenal. Nijai Tucker and his Burnley under-23 teammates went down 1-0 to Sheffield in a Premier League Division II Cup clash. Caitlin Medeiros and her IMG under-17 Premier Girls teammates defeated FC Tampa Rangers 1-0. The lone goal of the game came when Medeiros found the back of the net. Ali O'Deal turned out for his new club, Eastwood's under-21 team, against Derby County Eastwood would pick up a 4-1 win, with Dill scoring twice. Emerson Carrington was back in action as an on-field umpire in the 5th place playoff semi-final match between Sri Lanka and South Africa in the ICC Under-19 World Cup at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. The Bermuda National Athletic Association hosted their second track meet of 2022 at the National Sports Center. The men's 200-meter dash open race was won by Antonio Bailey, who clocked 22:99. Denver Tucker was second in 24:04, and Miles Otterbridge finished third in 24:77. Jada Grant would run to victory in the women's 800-meter open run event with a time of 2:23:84. Shayla Cairn was second in 2:32:71, and Fasika Simons finished third in a time of 2:49:73. Caitlin Bobb, Sakesa Parsons, and their University of Maryland, Baltimore County women's track and field teammates competed at the George Mason Patriots Games. Both Bobb and Parsons reached the women's 60-meter dash final, with Bobb finishing 4th, clocking 7:77, while Parsons clocked 7:94, finishing 7th. Parsons won Heat 7 of the women's 200-meter dash, clocking a time of 26:79, which saw her finish 11th overall. Bobb would lead off the UMBC women's 4x400-meter relay team that clocked a winning time of 4:02:05. Zakiya Lewis and her Quinnipiac University women's indoor track and field teammates competed at the Great Dane Classic. Lewis recorded a 5.00 meter leap in the women's long jump, which was good enough for 23rd place. Race 5 of the Bermuda Fat Tire Massive Mountain Bike season resumed at Hog Bay Park. The 60-minute open male race was won by James Holloway, who completed 8 laps in a winning time of 51:52. Hans Hershey was second, completing 7 laps in a time of 14:05:19, and Cameron Morris finished third in 46:15, also completing 7 laps. The female open 60-minute race saw Jennifer Wilson clock a 5-lap winning time of 45:01. Ashley Robinson also completed 5 laps in a time of 51:09 to finish in second. Caden Hopkins finished third overall and second as an under-23 rider, competing in Spain. Representing AXA, Hopkins covered the 95.8 kilometer distance in a time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 25 seconds. The Bermuda Amateur Swimming Association hosted the second winter long course qualifier at the National Sports Center on Saturday. Arabella Newport Derbyshire won the 11 to 12 girls 50-meter backstroke, clocking a time of 35:77. Summers Estwanick was second in a personal best time of 37:01, and Christina Aban finished third in 39:82. During the women's 15 and over 50-meter butterfly, Maisha Sharif clocked a winning time of 31:38. Bella Howells was second in 32:66, and Daria Desmond finished third in a time of 35:14. Logan Jones won the 11 to 12 boys 50-meter backstroke, touching the wall in a personal best time of 38:78. Nylan Harris was second in a personal best time of 39:83. With a time of 54:77, it saw Jesse Washington win the men's 15 and over 100-meter freestyle. Brendan Atkins was second in 56:98, and Joseph Vallis finished third in 105:70. Week 7 in the Bermuda Flag Football League play at the T.N. Taylor Middle School field saw yet another doubleheader that produced a total of 152 points. In the opener, the Blue Bombers defeated the Wolfpack 38-15. Game 2 was a shootout as the Killer Squad defeated the Black Sharks 53-46. Patrick Nisbet finished tied first, competing in the Alzolf International Horse Jumping event in Belgium. Nisbet was competing in the STX 4.5 Young Horse Series. Riding maid in the 5-year-old class, Nisbet had a clear round, making it 4 in a row. Trey Mallory and his UNC Wilmington men's tennis teammates went down in their opener of the 13th annual Intercollegiate Tennis Association kickoff to Florida State. Mallory and his doubles partner took to the court in the number 2 doubles spot and went down 6-3. Mallory would play in the number 6 singles spot, but because of the earlier results, the match was not needed to be completed. The Warriors Golf Group competed against the HGA Golf Group at the Turtle Hill Golf Course using a handicap system. In an evenly poised contest, HGA emerged victorious, defeating the Warriors 17-13. 13. Ty Hurdles, Queen's University of Charlotte men's volleyball teammates, opened the Men's Volleyball Classic with an impressive straight set sweep over the Barton Bulldogs. And that's a look at the Monday, January 31st edition of the Horizon Communication Sports Brief. I'm Earl Basden.